Hello and welcome. My name's Sean, and obviously, as you can see, I have a package here and a rifle. I apologize ahead of time for the bird in the background. The bird absolutely hates me, and it probably won't stay quiet for the entire video. In front of you, I have my Mosin Nagant right here, which is a ex-Tula sniper rifle, 1944. I have a Trenchart made plate that I made myself here on the back and replaced the stock with an original World War II stock on it. The turn bolt is a replica. It's the only thing that's probably going to be on this rifle that's a replica. It's a conversion that someone, I forget the website, but I got online. Very well done. Fits the rifle perfectly. There's no problems with head spacing after it. I have everything else on it is original, other than I have original but surplus rear sight on it that I had to put on because my old rear sight, it's a long story, but it was broken beyond repair. But now to the unveiling of what's in the package, which, if you read the comment or read the title of this little video, is a PU sniper scope. But it's not just a PU sniper scope. According to all the markings in the pictures, it should be a late 43, early 1944 Progressive made, which is the Russian company set up by the German company Zeiss before the war, which was very popular and was the most made of these scopes, but it should be an original PU scope. It was, the Arsenal markings had re-Arsenal after the war, which this rifle here went to Romania and got restocked according to the stock and everything else on it. All the numbers are still matching, except for this stock. This stock was not re-Arsenal. It's an original Russian World War II stock that I found. Great find I found the other day. But now to the package. Let's see if it's as good as I thought it would be. And I got this for an extremely good price considering of what it actually is. And I'm wearing rubber gloves because most Russian surplus stuff is covered in a thick coat of cosmoline, and that sucks. Also, Russia is the home of Chernobyl and everything else under the sun, so gloves can't hurt. This is... Oh, this is better than I thought, and I didn't even know. Oh, it came with a hammer and sickle pen. I can use that for my hat. I didn't even know it was coming with this. That's just a throw-in added bonus. Doesn't smell like cosmoline. Now this, on the other hand, I'm going to use the foam. Oh, it's nice and heavy. That is always a good sign with anything of quality. We got these rubber bands, which we're going to take off now. It was very well packaged considering it was the package, I mean, for being a guy who just sells Russian surplus in Moscow. This came all the way from Moscow to Florida, which is where I am currently. Oh, and and this is even a war case right here with the packaging, which I have another one of these because I didn't know if it would be coming with one, but apparently it did, and it looks pretty, really pretty. Just sit that right there. Oh, look at that. Oh, this... I'm sorry for the moaning sounds from me, but this is something I've been waiting now for a long time to actually do this rifle correctly. Okay, and it comes with what appears to be a drill bit and a tap for tapping out the holes, which all I actually have to do, even though I'm going to make sure it's zeroed properly, is actually drill out the welding for the two holes that were welded up after the war from the original sniper rifle, which let's see. I hope I'm doing this justice. But in this rifle, which is probably very hard to see from your angle, I wish I had better light, but there are 2 filled holes here, and then there are 2 more for locking screws. So we're just going to put that back and focus more on what this video I really wanted to be about was this thing, which, let's see. Oh, yeah. 9130 progressive is that marking, and then the no date but number, it was 40,091. That puts it late 43, early 44, and then a Re-Arsenal stamp, which usually has a date. This one doesn't, which is quite odd. It does have another stamp which I'm not familiar with. But now to see what the optics are like, which is really what I wanted to see, which this is pretty too. These are nice. The leather between them could be a little better, but not bad. Not bad overall. Well, that optic looks beautiful. Look at that. Oh. I am so sorry, but this is beautiful. I don't know how well this can be seen, but the reason why I went, oh, and it does have all the different locking screws for the actual mount, which should be very interesting to try to re-drill out. That's going to be, I'm not going to have a video on me actually machining these because I don't have really good tools to do machining. So it is going to be really hard for me to do this, but I am going to do it nonetheless because my rifle deserves this scope by every means possible. And the reason why, which I'm not going to probably be able to show you in this video, but the reason why I really wanted reason why I really wanted this sight was because almost all the reproduction scopes for this rifle have a modern type scope on it, which means that these little knobs here are actually changing the optics inside of the scope, which makes it where you can move it for windage or elevation or actually zeroing the scope. This one, on the other hand, was made because the Russians knew that most of their troops were not going to be able to be trained quick enough to actually zero their scopes before battle. So in the factory, when they actually put the scopes on in the arsenals, not the factory, in the actual arsenals, they would zero the mount, meaning that where the scope was on the rifle, the mount would be zeroed perfectly with the rifle, or as close to as possible. Then the actual windage and elevation, so the windage and elevation doesn't actually move the optics, it moves the reticle. So your reticle is actually shifting, which is called the European tripost, or the German tripost, because the Germans used it for a while, but Russia really loved the tripost design, which is 2 horizontal sticks and a third one with a point. So you have this sort of reticle where everything's in on it, and then you move it and the actual reticle shifts for windage. Sorry if you can't see my hands. And then it also shifts for elevation. So it goes up, elevation, which is really awesome. But I wanted that period thing, so when I actually go shoot this rifle, it's like shooting the original thing and not some reproduction crap just thrown together. Because there was another scope made by a group called AccuMounts, which the mount was beautiful for, and if I could have found one of these scopes without the mount and I just couldn't get the mount with it for some reason, I was going to buy the AccuMount mount because it's actually milled like this one. Very beautiful mill, which this is not the original